Hey guys, and welcome back to our channel. So today I wanted to do a little bit of a wear test on the new Nars Natural Radiant Foundation. I went to my Sephora the other day and they actually had it, which I was really surprised about. Usually our Sephora store is like the last to get new things. So I wanted to get a sample of it and try it out. I didn't want to just like purchase it because I have this bad tendency to just purchase whatever foundations are new and without ever really trying them. So I wanted to do a wear test on it first before I decided to purchase it. So I figured I'd film it for you guys. So I'm going to put it on now. It's about 1-ish. And then I'm going to update you like every 4-ish hours. So maybe 3 hours, 4, we'll see. But we're just going to see how it wears throughout the day. I'm also just going to do like very easy, simple makeup on top, because I don't want to put too many products on top of it. I really want to see how the foundation does kind of on its own. But yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing today. I'm going to start off by priming my face with the Coconut Skin Smoothie Priming Moisturizer. I did my skincare this morning, so I did like my serum and my eye cream and my normal moisturizer. And then I did a few errands and stuff. So whenever I do my skincare first and then put makeup later on in the day, I like to go in with this and just kind of re-moisturize the skin and prep it for makeup. So that's what I'm gonna do. This is my first time filming a tutorial on my new filming camera, and it's actually so much easier. I can actually see like what I'm doing, which is great. And I can actually get you guys close enough to see so you guys can see what I'm doing. My skin's been like really sensitive lately. As you can see, it's getting really red. I think when it gets dry during the winter, it just gets a little bit more sensitive too, so that's been fun. But I'm just gonna clip my hair back quickly. Can really see my ears now, it's good. Alright, so I'm just gonna go in with the foundation. They matched me in Fiji Light 5. I have previously used the Sheer Glow foundation, as well as, what's the one in like the square, the tall square bottle? It's like really lightweight and watery. I can't remember what it's called, but I've been matched to those two, and I never thought the colors were really right. My Sheer Glow, I have 2 colors of it. The one I obviously was matched to in the summer, so it's a little bit darker. And then the one I got matched to last winter, it's so light. Whenever I put it on my skin, it makes me look like a legit ghost. So when I went into Sephora, I told the girl, she was really great. I told her, look, like I've been matched to Nars before, but it's always kind of off, especially when they use the thing on my skin. I don't know what it is. So she did it by eye, her own, whatever she thought was going to be perfect, and didn't use the like computer thing. And she matched me to Fiji Light 5, which actually looks like it's going to be a pretty good color, so I'm very excited. I'm trying to pull up the foundation so I can tell you guys a little bit about it, but my phone is loading very slowly. So it's a Natural Radiant Longwear foundation, which I really like. I like foundations that are going to stay on my skin all day, but I also don't love a full matte foundation, which is usually what Longwear foundations are. So I'm excited that this is supposed to be more of like a radiant-y foundation. It says it's supposed to last up to 16 hours and be lightweight. That's another thing that I love about foundations. I like them to be very lightweight, so I'm glad that it says that. It's supposed to give you a natural finish. It's fade resistant wear, and it's featuring a full powered radiance to smooth the look of skin. That sounds good. I'm very excited about the fade resistance too. I find that foundation on my skin, especially like more full coverage foundations, they tend to like fade off in patches. That's why I use a lot of lightweight stuff, because I don't feel like that happens with those, but we shall see. It's medium to full buildable coverage, totally my kind of thing. Yeah, so we're just gonna try this out. Let's see how this goes. Open my sample. I actually might put a little bit of pore primer on my nose. My pores have been like super prominent. I'm just using the YSL Touche Eclat Blur Primer. I don't know how to say that, but I just like putting this on my nose. I don't put this, I used way too much. I don't normally put this all over my face because it can dry me out a little bit, but on my nose area it's normally fine. So now we're just going to go in with the foundation. I was going to use a brush on one side and a beauty blender on the other, but I kind of wanted to do the same thing all over the face because I really wanted to kind of wear the same throughout the day and kind of really see what it does. And I honestly haven't been using my beauty blender that much recently, so I think I'm just going to stick with my brush. And let's see, what brush am I going to use? Honestly, I've been using my fingers a lot to apply my foundations, especially because I've been using some very lightweight foundations recently, so it's just easier to use my fingers. I always make sure to wash my hands first. So we're going to start off with that. We're just going to see. I don't really know how much is too much and how much is enough. So we're just going to start blending. And this is just my Sephora, what is this? Pro Flawless Airbrush in 56. I love this foundation brush. It is a little bit small, so it does take a little while to like blend, but it leaves such a nice finish. I'll zoom you guys into when I'm done blending so you guys can see what my skin looks like. I do have a little bit of texture on my cheek right now, cheeks, because I did have a little bit of a reaction to a product that I used, but aside from that, my skin's been okay. I do really like how it does feel really lightweight on the skin so far. It doesn't feel like I'm wearing like a ton of makeup. You know when you use like full coverage foundations and you can like immediately feel it on your skin? This does not feel like that. Okay, so we're all blended out. In this lighting, the color looks a little yellow, but it might be fine once I put concealer on and stuff. So I'm just going to zoom you guys in more so that you can see my skin. So here's what my skin looks like. I feel like it looks pretty good. It didn't like cover all of my redness on my cheeks right here, but I guess if I went in with another layer, it would be fine. It looks really yellow right here. It does feel very lightweight on the skin. It's not really tacky at all. So I'm not sure that I'm going to have to set it, but we'll see. It definitely does have a little bit of a radiance. You guys can see that, if you guys can see that. All right, so I'm going to zoom you back out and I'm going to, oh, that's in. Okay, so now I'm just going to carry on with my makeup and we'll see how things sit on top of it. So far I really like it. It does feel very lightweight. I'm not sure how I feel about this color though. I need to look up what undertones this has because I feel like it's really yellow. It says light to medium with yellow undertones. Yeah, I think I need something more neutral. It does look a little yellow on my skin. So I'm going to use my Nars Soft Matte Concealer today, and I'm using it in the shade Custard. I have Chantilly too as well because I like to use this like mixed in to kind of brighten, but I think I'm just going, well, maybe I'll do both today. No, I'm just going to stick with Custard today. I feel like I need to with this foundation. Let's see, where's my concealer? I'm just taking this It Cosmetics, I don't even know what brush this is because it's completely worn off, but just their concealer brush. I love this concealer for under my eyes. It just creates a really nice, like, flawless, just nice finish. Even though it is matte, I do have to set it under the eyes with powder, but it doesn't get like cakey or anything, so it's matte, but it still leaves like a good finish. Alright, I didn't go too crazy with concealer because this foundation is more medium coverage, so I didn't really need to use too much. But now I'm just going to take my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder and my Luxie Precision Foundation Brush and just set that concealer down. I've been using this powder since I got it for Christmas and it's so amazing. I'm obsessed with it. It's so nice under the eyes. And you really don't need a lot. So I'm not going to set my entire face just because this is Doesn't really feel like it needs it. And I'm just gonna move on. So next I'm going to contour, and this is the Kevyn Aucoin sculpting powder in light. I'm just gonna take my Japanesque brush This has been like my go-to contouring duo. It just gives like a really natural definition to the cheeks. And I just like I like to bring the excess up onto my temples. Alright. So next I'm going to bronze up the skin, and I'm going to use my Marc Jacobs Tantastic Bronzer and my Makeup Forever brush. My baby hairs always get in the way. So the powders seem to be sitting nicely on the foundation. They're not getting patchy or anything. They're blending still really nicely and smoothly. This side I went a little too crazy with the bronzer, but that's okay. Alright. Not bad so far. It is a very like flawless, like smooth look to the skin. So I like it so far. It's going good. I'm going to do something I rarely do and use blush. This is Nars Madly. It's just this very like natural, neutrally blush. I love this. I'm actually just going to take that same brush. I've been trying to get back into wearing blush. I have so many blushes, I don't know why, so I'm trying to use them more. But now I'm just going to highlight the skin. This is Becca Opal. I pulled this out again. I forgot how much I loved it. That's what it looks like. I'm just going to use this brush. This is a Morphe M438. I used to use this to set my under eyes, but then I can't remember who I saw use it to highlight. I think Alana maybe, and it worked so well. I might have gone a little crazy on the highlight. We're just gonna blend that. Sometimes I forget how intense these are, and I put way too much on. Okay, now that I'm highlighted, let's see, how are the powders looking? Skin looks pretty good so far. Doesn't look patchy or anything. I don't know about this color though. It looks a little yellow. I'm not sure. You can really see a lot of the texture on my cheeks from that breakout thing that I had. But we'll see. I'm gonna be really lazy with my brows today. I've been like kind of in a brow funk. I haven't really been liking the way my brows have been looking with any of the products that I have. So I've just been doing the bare minimum. And that means I'm using this Essence Make Me Brow Eyebrow Gel Mascara, and I just run this through my brows, and that's literally it. Literally it. I need a new good eyebrow pencil. I'm kind of over, oh god. I'm kind of over my ABH one. I want to try something different, you know? So if you guys have any good recommendations, let me know. I've heard the Benefit one is really good, the Precisely My Brow, but I don't know, the packaging kind of throws me off. I feel like it's really bulky. Okay, so I'm going to move on to the eyes, and I'm going to do a really simple eye look. This is the Dior Fusion Mono Longwear eyeshadow in Meteor, and I'm just literally going to pop this. Just gonna take this and pop it on my lids. I love this eyeshadow. I think it's so gorgeous. It's not like super intense pigment, but it does give you like a nice wash of color, and then it gives like this beautiful just like glisten to the eyelid. I don't know, it's so pretty. You need to get your hands on this because they're discontinuing it, and that makes me really sad. because I really love it. That's literally all I'm gonna do to the eyes, except for mascara, but we're gonna get there. Okay. And I'm going to use the Monsieur Big mascara from Lancome on my lashes. Need a mirror. This mascara is my all-time favorite right now. It is so incredible. It's very buildable, so sometimes when I'm just going for a more subtle look, I go with one coat and it really lengthens them and makes them like stand out. But if I want like full on intense volume and length, I'll go 2 coats. And oh, it's so gorgeous. I'm obsessed with it. Now I'm just going to throw something on the lips quickly. I'm going to use my Givenchy Le Rouge Perfecto Balm. I've been really loving this. And that's it. So I'm gonna check back in with you guys in about 3 to 4 hours to tell you how this foundation is wearing. But so far I like it. It gave a nice, very flawless finish to the skin, but it feels very lightweight. It is good medium coverage, but again, it doesn't feel heavy at all. It doesn't feel like I'm wearing like a heavy layer of foundation, which I feel like a lot of medium to full coverage foundations tend to do that a little bit, which is why I like to use like a facial oil with them to kind of disperse that a little bit. But so far this is really nice. It did enhance a little bit of texture right here, but like I said, I do have some texture from a small reaction to a product that I had, so that's what that is. I don't expect anything to like really make that go away until it heals. So, but yeah, so far I really like it. Powder's blended really nicely on top, but we'll check back in a few hours and I will share my thoughts then. Hey guys, so this is my first check-in. It is almost 4 o'clock, so it's been about 3 hours since I've been wearing this foundation. And it looks pretty good. I actually really like it. It's set down on my skin really nicely. Like when you touch your face, it doesn't feel like you have anything on. Nothing comes off on my fingers, which I really like. That's one of the main things I test with foundation. On my skin, a lot of times they transfer a lot. So if you touch your face, it'll come off. But this one isn't doing that. My powder and stuff and my highlight still looks good sitting on top. It hasn't creased too much like around my mouth, especially my smile lines. That's where I get a lot of creasing. And it did a tiny bit right here, but on the other side it didn't at all, and that's pretty good for 3 hours of wear. I'm very expressive, so it creases a lot around my mouth, but it's actually not too bad here. Let me zoom you in a little bit. But so yeah, it did crease like a little bit right here, but that's not horrible. It still looks pretty good on my skin. It looks very smooth. It doesn't look dry and cakey around my nose. I do have a little bit of like a cold coming on. I think my nose has been really runny, so my nose is really red underneath right now, but that's from blowing my nose. So honestly, considering that, it doesn't look too horrible around my nose. Still looks good on my forehead. So yeah, so far I really like this. I'm actually in front of my studio light right now, but let me turn this off and show you guys in some natural lighting. So let's do that. Oh, so dark. It's amazing what that light does for you. Okay, so now I'm just gonna go into my bathroom because that's where I have like the best, well, I have good natural light there, but okay. I'm just gonna go in here and stand by the window. I'm gonna sit on my toilet. Okay, so here it is in like natural lighting. Still looks good. The color actually is growing on me. When I first put it on, I thought it looked really yellow under the studio light, but in natural light, it actually does match my skin really well, and it blends in really well with my neck. So far so good. I'm actually really liking this. I might have to go back to Sephora tomorrow and buy it, but I will check in again in like 3 or 4 hours, probably around 8 o'clock. That's usually when I'm winding down for the night and after dinner, so that's probably when I'll check in, but I will see you guys then. Bye. Yeah, what was that, babe? That's my boyfriend. He is a freak of nature. All right, let me put my light on. Babe, what time is it?
10:14.
It is 10:14. This foundation has been on for 9 hours now. This is what it looks like. It did wear off a little bit on my cheeks because somebody, mainly my boyfriend, thought it'd be funny to lick this cheek, so I don't even know. But on this side, it did wear off a little bit, but it still looks pretty good. The powder still looks good on top of it. I don't know, I think it wore pretty good throughout the day. My forehead's a little oily, but that always happens, so. And it's definitely still looking good. I can't even look at the side of my face because it's so funny. Okay, we'll just look at this side. It definitely wore nicely. I liked it throughout the day. It didn't transfer onto anything. It still felt really lightweight. The color was actually really, really good, and it didn't like crease at all. Other than what I showed you guys in the last clip, it didn't crease anymore around my mouth or in any places. It did wear off easily around my nose, but foundation always does that on me. So I feel like it wore pretty well. I really liked it actually. I think I'm gonna go to Sephora tomorrow and actually purchase it because I really liked it. So yeah, I'll let you guys know how the purchase goes. I'll put it on our Instagram story and I'm sure you guys will have seen it. So yeah. That was it for this video. I hope you guys found this informative and helpful if you guys are looking into buying this foundation. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you in our next video. Bye guys!